Hello, all you beautiful people out there, and welcome. If you're new, thank you for stopping by. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you subscribe. For my fans and subscribers, you know you are the lifeblood of this channel. I appreciate you very much. Today's topic is increased fear of Satan in Connecticut. This is the Connecticut witch trials. Let's go! The Windsor settlers also dealt with hostile Native Americans and had to defend themselves. Personally, I don't blame the natives, since the settlers were the ones trespassing. However, the initial laws reflected this fear, governing how colonists related to the native peoples. The colonists feared the natives since they presented a very real physical threat, but the English also thought that these people were children of Satan. And there we go with the othering again. Just wanted to break in here to give a note. I will respect anybody's wishes. I call Native Americans because I believe they are native to America, but I have heard that many of them prefer to be called Indians. So if any of you know, please let me know down in the comments. This latter fear stemmed from the fear of witches. For example, concerning the Pequot War, Roger Williams wrote, quote, "The Pequot comfort themselves that a witch will sink the pinnaces, a small boat," end quote. This war actually started over a native raid in Wethersfield on April 23rd, 1637. This raid followed an incident that took place in October of 1636. John Tilley of Windsor and a friend had been sailing on the Connecticut River when they stopped to hunt. When he fired his gun, the natives took both men captive and eventually killed them both. These stories show how dangerous life was at the time. Even after the Pequot War ended, relations remained tense. The fort at the center of Windsor, the Palisado, was maintained for years afterward. Ministers like John Ellis began converting the natives to Christianity in the 1640s, the purpose of which was to leave fewer people for Satan to use. To the colonists, that's exactly what the native peoples represented. Of course, because they couldn't possibly be people. Paranoia of the natives continued into the Salem witch trials, as expressed by Cotton Mather. Fear of the native people's quote-unquote collusion with the devil is evident in both periods, but especially in the Connecticut witch trials. During the 1640s, the English were embroiled in a civil war, and due to this, colonists felt abandoned, which only added to their stress. Well, of course, because, the English had a little bit more on their minds than the colonists. This stress can be seen by the laws passed by the colonists and the harsh punishments for breaking these laws, whether the offender was native or colonist. Curiously, natives were brought to court for many things, but witchcraft was not one of them. Why not, you may ask? The fact that colonists turned inward for the quote-unquote crime of witchcraft had to do with the idea that the devil would do his worst among their own. Although not the same, this is similar to the Jewish idea of the Satan within. For more on that, see my series on the origins of Satan. They also believed the natives could not work their magic harm on an English person. Some, however, did not share this opinion. For instance, Minister Roger Williams thought it possible for native quote-unquote witches, more properly called shamans, to negatively affect war preparations. Yes, magic is spelled correctly. There are two types of magic. The one practiced by the Wiccans is spelled with a K to differentiate it from what we now consider magic, which would be like card tricks and stuff. Chief Uncas of the Mohegan tribe tried to involve the colonial government in judging the type of witchcraft practiced by natives. Uncas favored working with the colonists. Because of this, other tribes tried to quote-unquote bewitch him. A commission had been set up to investigate, but the results are unknown. This is more than likely a move to appease Uncas, but it didn't go beyond an inquiry, most likely because the colonists thought that the natives were devious. This had totally changed by 1675. That year, the legislature reversed their position, passing a law that any Pequot engaged in powwows, witchcraft, or worshipping the devil is to be punished. For your information, these are not even the same thing. However, they were not tried as witches because of their perceived relationship with Satan, but they were viewed as a destabilizing force. This, no doubt, was why ministers were eager for them to convert to Christianity, although I suppose some genuinely tried to do the right thing. In 1639, Wolcott returned to England after the death of his brother to handle family matters. He decided to partner with two other Connecticut men who happened to be in England at the time to buy shares in two ships. They saw the trouble that led to civil war and knew the colonists would not be able to solely rely on England for supplies. In addition to these supplies, they decided to take new settlers over to Connecticut to maximize profit. However, this investment never made any money because Thomas Marshfield, one of the investors, had filed bankruptcy and was in very deep legal trouble. They chartered the ships for 16 weeks, planning for 150 passengers. What they got was 370 passengers, plus all the supplies. Although scheduled for departure on May 24th, 1640, they did not leave until June 18th, 1640. A large part of Thomas Marshfield's debt had accrued in Windsor, which didn't make him very popular in the town, and the people felt betrayed. This resentment was also passed to his wife Mercy, who the colonists suspected of being a witch. Because of course, I mean, why not? Throw that in there too, right? Well, friends, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like button, press the subscribe button, and if you want to know when I come out with new content, hit the bell next to the subscribe button. All social media links are in the description, including my PayPal and Teespring stores. If you would like to join this channel, there is a join link in the description as well. Please leave comments in the comment section. Not only do I love hearing from you, but it also helps boost the YouTube algorithm. Please be advised that I very rarely delete comments. If your comment has been deleted, it was probably YouTube. Keep learning and searching for truth. Here are a few videos from my library. If you have not watched them yet, go ahead and watch them and tell me what you think. Until later, friends, stay safe and goodbye.